you know, these movies are such sort of like visual fantasias. Where did it start for this one? I mean, does that inform story? Does story inform the look? Tell me everything.
Yeah, it's always story first.
Okay.
Definitely, that's our motto. It always has been. And this one has an interesting start. It actually started with you, Gina.
We thought that maybe we should tell the backstory of Branch a little more, just dig deep into his backstory, because we thought there was a lot to mine there. And he has wonderful brothers. And also that they were in a band. So we thought that was like a good starting point. And then it kind of spiraled out from there.
Yeah, we wanted to make a movie about families, and I see a lot of families out there.
Yeah.
I have 1 million children at home, so I know the importance and the challenge of being in a family. Again, starts with story and the world. You know, that kind of fiber-based, transporting you to a world you've never seen before is one of the exciting things, I think, for the audience and for our crew to kind of figure out and play with. So we first come up with the story and where the story needs to go. So I think we also wanted to show something that we haven't seen before.
For what we do, what Story does, we just draw a lot of panels, a lot of black and white storyboard panels, get the movie up really, really rough, and iterate on it, and art comes in. I think for us, it's like we don't know the cost of what we're doing when we're doing it. So when we draw, say, John Dory on a wave, it's this squiggly line of this troll on a wave, and then art takes it, and production takes it, and they're like, well, what if that was the Orbeez?
Yeah, that's really the fun of, you know, working on Trolls movies is we take the foundation that you guys give us, the story, the humor, all that beautiful, you know, heartfelt material, and then we go to the craft store with it. And literally, the more relatable and the more accessible the materials are to kids, the more I think it connects with them. So if you can remake some of these out of sand at your house, like a little set, and play with, you know, with our world, I think we get into that mindset.
Yeah, and Mount Rageous was made at first with beads. Yeah, physically made with beads. So it kind of spun out from there.
I mean, that is a huge draw, though, seeing them come back. And I was wondering, when did you hit on this idea? Was there ever a time when they actually voiced the other members of his family?
Yeah, well, no, not other members of his family. You got a text from Justin.
Yeah, back in January, Justin felt like he landed on the song song that was very special to him, and he said, "How about we, you know, get NSYNC back together for this?" And I screamed, and I was on a walk with my dog, and I'm glad it was a text, and then I just called him screaming anyway. But he, you know, and we thought of a great way to integrate the band into the story at the very end for a great cameo. Hope you enjoyed that if you're a fan. They designed their costumes too. Yeah, all the band members.
They were excited to be trolls.
So excited, yeah.
What is that process like from a design standpoint of designing the trollification of NSYNC?
Well, we decided, Justin and I landed on the denim look, and then we gave them kind of a menu of all the accoutrements they could have with that. So each band member listed all the, you know, accessories, their hair, the way their hair wanted to be, the way that we wanted to treat, they wanted us to treat their skin, and colors and everything. So they were all a very big part of the way they look.
And it had to be very top secret. Like, I mean, no one, there was a very elite crew that could know what was happening. But like 9 months, we kept that secret.
Yeah.
Everybody on the stage knew? Okay.
It was
at different times.
At different times.
Yeah, you found out later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was paranoid for 9 months.
Didn't you find out accidentally at lunch?
Oh, so yeah, I like to check in with my Trolls friends every now and again. So I was having lunch with Gina. You remember this? Yeah. Okay. So, you know, I'm elbow deep in my chicken sandwich, and it's just sort of like, so, how's that third act song going? And it was just like a hush. And I look up, and Gina's like, you cannot tell a soul, not even your wife. And then she told me the news. So I held on to it because I was like, Regina says something like that. I'm like, okay, I'm not telling a soul. But then I remember when the trailer dropped and everything, my family and especially my younger sisters were like, did you know? Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah.
I mean, we have deep trust and respect to everybody on the crew, but if you can imagine 400 people know this secret, I had to be like, if you reveal this?
I told my wife right away.
Wow, well, just breaking loose lips, sink ships, you know?
They were just as choreographers back in the NSYNC days. So we've been working with them for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's the real deal.
Wow.
I think he did Janet too, right? Wasn't he like choreographer Janet?
A lot of that stuff, right?
Yeah. But it was like,
Yes,
you know,
he's a very good choreographer.
But it's very hard to
Yeah.
animate because the trolls can't go above their heads. Their arms can't fit over their heads. But the choreographers just choreograph it, and Ben translates it to the trolls.
right. Right. Yeah, it's true. That's another thing. You get the designs of the trolls and their gigantic heads and their short arms, and you see the choreographers. They're being very expressive. Lifting their arms, and I'm like, that's nice. That'd be great. That'd be great to do if we could on the trolls. So we find creative solutions, for all of that, and whether they tilt their head to the sides and lift up their arm, or maybe they're standing on their hair, do something like that, or defy some gravity. We definitely tapped, our creative, whatever we had, to try to make something fun.
The irony of that is that trolls are all about hugging, but it's the hardest thing to get them to hug in
Right,
animation
because
because their
hug
heads
time.
are so big and their arms are so short.
Yeah, as they have hug time, especially in the first trolls, it's like, oh man, they have to hug every 15 minutes. There's a lot of cheating that goes on. We have our tricks, make it work.